proposal, because I've added the 3 items together and made it quite a big figure. So my apologies, which is why I was just double checking with Tom that I've got it right. So I'll hold my hands up to that and say, shut up, Jackie, and get back in your box, because you've added it up wrong. So my apologies. Sorry, Fred.
I was, through the chair, asking assurance that the soil will be dispensed of in the correct manner.
Well, I have to make it a condition.
Yeah, it's not said in that.
No, it's not.
No.
No, it's not.
Okay, Tom, should we take that as a proposal with the condition that the soil will be removed? Yes, responsibility. So if I could just read you that. No, okay. Right, so it's option.
Councillor Sands is proposing contractor A at a total cost of £375.
It's with the condition that the soil will be removed.
Mr. Chairman, let me ask, what time of the year is this proposed?
Well, when the plants are dormant, which is in the time soon.
So it's imminent work.
Yeah, going on a bit longer this year, I think, isn't it?
Yes.
Does someone want to second that?
And the second to Tom, with that proposal? Jackie.
So is everyone
All those in favour of? Oh, sorry, don't abstentions. Another urgent point to mention that's become apparent. There is an issue with the main gate leading into the new burial ground from Marley Road. The gate appears to have dropped, and it is now a 2-person job to be able to open and close it. A quote is going to be needed to rectify this. However, before this can happen, the ivy that is now covering part of the gate needs to be removed. And so I would ask that the council set aside a small amount of money for this to be completed as a matter of urgency to enable the Environmental Committee to obtain quotes for the repair required. Okay. Tom?
I was going to suggest or propose or volunteer to have a go at removing the ivy in the next 4 weeks anyway.
David Oversby has offered to help.
Oh, sorry, who you?
David Oversby, because he was over there today. He was the one that sort of brought it to our attention, and he said that he will help.
And I think that might rectify the problem.
Because it's the ivy's pulling it down.
Yeah.
At least we'll have a go at clearing off.
No, that's
Yes,
excellent.
no.
Thanks, Tom.
Would you have a word with David then?
Yes.
That'd be all right.
We defer that then?
Yes,
What
just
is wrong with
Can
it?
I ask what the price for someone going to stretching into that gate, cutting it and working? Is there any
Now.
Okay. Because obviously we need to open the gate if they can't get in. Which we
I
can.
think there's been the contractor has seen how he can get in there for the minute. He's been shown today because David
So what we'll do is the next 4 weeks at some point we'll have a go at clearing back as we can and come back to council.
absolutely tremendous. Thank you. I take it everybody has actually seen the finance report.
Yeah.
And is everybody quite happy with the finance report? So shall we have a proposer and a second? So proposed, let's get that. And Stephen second.
Is everyone in favour?
Everyone in favour? Page again.
More fun going on.
So that's the next one. Okay, so there was a finance meeting on the 8th of September, and I said that the people in that relevant committee have seen the minutes. Do I have a proposal for those? And a seconder?
Greg, are you happy with the minutes?
Yes.
Any other councillor? Oh, hang on.
It's just that after this item, we've got to go back to Mike's report.
Yes.
Don't be report.
Oh.
Regarding external audit. Okay. There's something to say, Mr. Chairman. I think it was all poised ready.
We have your report,
Sure.
please.
Very short and sweet. We've had the external report back from the external auditors, Little Johns. They've given us a completely clean bill of health on finances and governance procedures. So once again, another year of a clean audit.
And thank you ever so much again to
Thank you.
Mike as well.
Thank you.
Okay, item number 11, which is highways. Am I jumping
You've
again?
got, yeah, grants and
I'm going to get sacked
donations.
in a minute.
We know you're everyone's seen the revised grants policy draft. So, comments? Voting?
I think it covers everything that we've talked about in the past, and it also covers sort of eventualities and special
Special,
grants that
yeah,
might
special
grants.
grants, yeah.
So I would
I have a second for that.
Well,
I'm proposing it,
Yes,
yes.
proposing it,
Yes,
yeah.
I've
So
got Fred
you
second
second
that.
May I ask how we are going to ensure that all the potential beneficiaries from the grants policy have timely access to, basically, how do we tell people who might apply?
It
What
can
they-
go on the website.
Right, so anyone who wishes to apply can.
Yeah,
Look up
when
what
they
the
ask for the
requirements are.
form,
they
when they
will
ask
get one of these, because it's only a couple
Yeah,
of pages.
no, that's
isn't
fine. As long as we are
Yeah.
doing that, because I think that's possibly been an issue with groups before where they asked for money but didn't ask in the right way, and it caused a bit of difficulty. So that's fine.
We've also put not policy in the network, but the fact that when
That
we
there
put,
is one.
but when we put out groups can ask for money, that if they ask the clerk for
Yes, yeah.
the policy to look at.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we've already had a proposer and a seconder, but we have a show of hands in agreement. It's unanimous. Right, number 11, highways.
There's still an issue, as I'm sure everyone drives past the hole in West Street. I was told by Susan Report from KCC, who has been working on it a lot, that it would be done on, the work would start on the 2nd of September. Obviously it hasn't. There is an argument between gas and water on who's going to do it, pay for it. KCC have said just get on with it, sort it out afterwards,
Yeah.
but who's going to get on with it? Who's going to pay for it? So I have asked again, so as soon as I get another answer, I'll let everyone know. But we need to keep chasing it, because it is, and it is a problem for the drivers and the buses. Yeah, it is. It needs to be right.
Thank you.
There isn't any other issues that I've been given apart from, obviously there's the pothole that we sent round, so that people are aware of, so that KCC are aware of those potholes, and obviously we still encourage people to use the website and make sure they.
The other thing that's come tonight, Chippendale Drive, where we have the water leak.
Yes.
There's another water leak there, so I've reported that.
Right.
So, in the same area but slightly different, so there's something like this, so that's been reported.
I don't know whether you saw Janetta, but I was quite encouraged to see the rare appearance of the guy that sucks out the drains on the A20.
Yes.
I don't think that's probably only the second time since I've lived in Harrietsham I've seen him come out unless there was a flood. So that was
So that's
encouraging to see.
And I think the A20 water stuff that we spoke about before has been rectified with people having the sewage coming up and things. I think that's been sorted. A lot of that issue is people putting the wrong things down there.
Any questions at all from Janessa before I say thank you? Okay.
Is the lighting all in compliance? We're coming up to the autumn now.
Yeah, that's all KCC. If people see lights that aren't working, they'll just let me know and I'll report it.
It's a KCC matter, I understand that, but
Yeah.
my anxiety is with the dark lights and that.
There is one light that we've had to chase a couple of times, which is on the A20. If you come out Church Road and do a left, just past the bridge, there's a light there. That's had to be replaced a couple of times. But that's the only one I'm aware of.
Yeah, I must say KCC have improved their light repairs considerably, but the fact that the lights are going back on now is a help anyway.
Sharon, also, I don't say we do it once a month, but we periodically just have a drive out during the evening times, and then you can see that which lights are not working and at the numbers etc. So it is done, and we actually go and do those sort of things.
Am I being smack wrist, am I?
No,
you're not.
not.
No.
But each individual light is actually on the website, so you can pinpoint them and say it comes up as the number, so you can double check and say this one is not working, so it doesn't get mixed up. Yeah, and the bollards, so it doesn't get mixed up as it was before, where you'd say, well, it's a light on this road, and then someone would have to come out in the dark and watch it, and sometimes they work, sometimes they're not. So it is a lot better using that. Not perfect.
Stephen?
The only thing I'd add to that is that there is 2 sections on the A20 that they've permanently switched on.
Yes. Yeah.
I had to put a house light up now because I don't have the benefit of a string light. So.
Oh dear. Okay, anything else to on highways? No. Well, thanks very much, James. Right, next item, number 12, is what's going on at the Parish Council?
Oh, it was a long time ago, 2nd of August actually. They discussed the local plan, and well, that was it. It was a big discussion on the local plan. Jenny Whittle was a guest there, and she had quite a lot to say about grants and things, but you couldn't tap into them.
No.
We've had our fair share. Yeah, we've had enough, yeah. Apparently MBC and KCC are going to finally cooperate on the local plan, rather than just ignore KCC's objections on school places and infrastructure. A man called David Joyner is the contact. And you know about this, Janetta, the central government grant of $4 million for pothole repairs, so that was flagged up. And I gather Thames Link service into the city will be operating from Maidstone next spring. You know about that? Yeah. They're also being put on with accepted gifts of land. The BMX skate park needs replacing, so they need some money for that. Their standing orders and financial regulations are reviewed and accepted. Their neighbourhood plan has now gone to Maidstone, but I've got the feeling amongst councils, it wasn't feeling, they actually said that after spending around £30,000, they're now back where they started. So they're a bit pleased about that. The local plan seems to be overtaking their neighbourhood plan, and developers are always 2 steps ahead. So, and the swimming pool has been opened again. I suspect it's now closed again. So that was it. That was it.
That's great, thanks, Glenn. Right, the next item, number 13, which is the venue of the parish council meetings. If I can ask the manager. Sorry,
just
John.
before you go into this item, I think I'd better declare an interest because
Right.
the parish council rents this room. If I swayed the decision that the parish council stayed in it, might be something that I'm trying to generate further income for the beach hall. So I think I'd better declare an interest at this stage and not participate in this.
As there's some new members on the parish council, I think it would be beneficial to just give a bit of background information as to why this has ended up on the agenda. At the full parish council meeting in October 2015, councillors had approved to move the meetings to the school subject to agreement from the new head teacher. Reasons for reaching the decision had included the noise coming from the karate club in the Ambrose Hall, and also the cost of hiring the booth hall, which had recently risen to £48.45 for a meeting. The paperwork was requested from the school for the hire, and when it was received, they would be charging the parish council £15 an hour for the hire. So with the setting up before the meeting and putting away after the meeting, it worked out that it would be about £45 for each meeting. Following the November meeting, there had been resignations from the parish council, which had affected the membership on the communications committee, who'd sort of been instrumental in arranging for this move to take place. So the decision hadn't been progressed any further, and we just carried on staying here. Obviously, for councillors that were at the July meeting, a resident queried why no further vote had been taken to make the decision to stay at the booth hall for our meetings. So the decision that was reached in the October 2015 meeting obviously now just needs to be revisited. So with that information, it's sort of over to you.
So what have we got to vote to remain
Well,
here?
either if you want to progress with moving or to stay here.
Forgive me, when you, Mr. Chairman, if I may ask, you started this happenings with the addition of subject to the headmaster.
Yeah. It was a new. There was a change in head teacher. So with the previous head teacher that was there, they used to hire out the school hall quite frequently. I think last year there was a change of head, and the impression has been since that she's not too keen on hiring the premises out. And whereas historically, and it's in documentation for parish councils, we can use premises, school premises, free. However, they can charge for a caretaker to come and lock up and for lighting, and that's how she arrived at the £15 an hour.
Yeah, you've properly explained that, and forgive me for testing you on this subject too. You're advising me that the new incumbent is not so keen on hiring out.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. So we're up now to decide
Well,
whether that's...
on the table is, do the councillors want to go with the decision that had originally been made October last year to move to the school if they would allow it, or do councillors want to stay here?
Tom?
Well, I think that without school having too much discussion, I think that we're left with a situation where we should stay here. So I'd like to propose that we stay here until
Sorry, I second that.
Okay, is there any more thoughts in the list discussed?
Well, I think the options have largely been removed anyway from what
Yes.
we can understand, so it would make sense to remain here. We do struggle a bit with some of the ambient noise, including dog barking this evening. But I guess, we've been here for many years and it's always served a purpose, and that option was explored, it's now been removed. So I would definitely think that we ought to, unless another alternative becomes available, we should stay here.
Has anybody got any thoughts? Maybe cost implication, which I think has been explained by.
It was
It's
negligible
negligible.
size.
Negligible,
So we sort of cover all kind of aspects before we take it to that vote as to
Right, so is everyone in favour?
well, we've got a proposal, we've got a second, and if we can go straight to a vote now. Item number 14 on the agenda, traffic and parking in West Street. If I can hand over to Councillor Allardyce to give us his thoughts and observations.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I've been in this village since 1980, and I have seen the huge changes that have been made to West Street. Recently, and I'm talking about the past 18 months perhaps, I've become more and more concerned about a real danger to people. That includes pedestrians, but now I'm getting very concerned about access by emergency vehicles. I was in